Hey, welcome to Laird Wellness Live. Scott Laird.
Jodi Laird, good evening.
Welcome, welcome. It is certainly cool down in our neck of the woods. Don't know about you, but man, we were at the beach last week.
4 days ago, we were at the beach.
Yeah, man, at Folly Beach, right by Charleston, South Carolina. And man, it was nice out there. It was like 80 degrees in the sun.
Yes.
And now it's like, 40 outside or something. Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to get a little blast of summer in there. And so since it's fall, we decided we'd do a fall type of thing today.
Right.
We're going to talk about something that we talked about, this was 3 years ago.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it was that long ago. It's hypochlorous acid. Specifically, what is in this stuff right here, Oxymist. Oxymist is something created by our dentist friend,
Yes.
Dr. Tom Lokensgaard, and his affiliate, Dr. Joe Doctora.
Retired dentist.
Yes, Dr. Tom Lokensgaard has just recently retired, but you could still go to his clinic in Tennessee.
Yep.
Overtaken by, or rather handed over to a friend of his who's apparently doing very well there as well.
Oh, good.
I saw, what's her name? Lee Allen Baker. Mm-hmm. She's on Instagram. She's a friend of ours. She was the mom in Good Luck Charlie.
Right.
Remember that show? So she lives in Nashville, and she's very much a fan of Dr. Lokensgaard, and still is a fan of the new office there. And she was there promoting it the other day on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Very good.
So anyway, Oxymist, we are having a sale on Oxymist, and you're going to want this by the end of this. So I would take note if I were you. It's 20% off Oxymist, and what you use is the code OXY20.
Right.
Oxy OXY20, and that ends November 10. So you can use that all until November 10 on Oxymist, 20% off. That is crazy. We've never offered 20% off Oxymist before.
Right.
So make sure you get that. We're going to show this a little bit later on as well, so don't worry if you miss it, because it's going to go bye-bye right now. Okay, so we want to talk about Oxymist because of its its only ingredient,
Right.
which is hypochlorous acid. So what is hypochlorous acid? Well, in Oxymist, this is called a natural steri facial mist. So they use it for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, you could spray it on your face as a beauty product and that kind of thing. We're going to explain what hypochlorous acid here is in a minute. But Jodi, you found something on Instagram from Pearl Oral Health, which is Dr. Lokensgaard's company.
Yeah, it's right from his Instagram page. And, we know a lot of the uses. And there are some uses that we aren't maybe going to tell you about today. But if you book an appointment with us, we'll tell you all the extra uses that you can use it for. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But some of the things I don't think of besides my face, because I do use it for my face.
Yep.
I wash my face and then I spray it on my face and then I let it dry and then I put my moisturizer on, do my skincare routine at night. So I use it for that on a regular basis. But I always have some on my desk during the day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I'll just use it every once in a while. I'll spray it in my mouth. I'll do all sorts of things with it.
I'll bet it would help because you wear contacts.
I do.
And I don't. So yeah, that might help with that as well.
Yep. So some of the skin usages are pre-makeup routine, like I use it like a finishing spray as well, which I have never done, but I might start doing that. Bug bites, scratches, burns, poison ivy, eczema. But not only that, and I always forget this, you can use it to clean fruit, like clean the wax off the fruit.
Oh, cool.
Mist your toothbrushes. I mean, obviously in a dental office, they use it on the countertops and to clean the dental appliances. You can use it in your eyes. Now, we have a story about that that you're going to tell right away. But also cleaning your CPAP machine. If you happen to have a CPAP machine, you can clean and sanitize your CPAP machine.
Now, that's not spraying. That's actually pouring it into the CPAP and letting it run through.
Yep. Misting it on your pillows and mattresses
to
keep things fresh, door handles, countertops. I mean, we used this stuff when I worked at the gymnastics facility. We sprayed it. We had a giant gallon jug and a fogger, but we sprayed it.
Of hypochlorous acid, not Oxymist.
Not Oxymist, same thing, but used it on all the gymnastics equipment every single day when COVID was running rampant. Steering wheels, fabrics.
Steering wheels.
Phone. Air vents.
Sprayed on your phone face.
Yeah,
right?
So just a ton of uses.
So it's obviously a disinfectant. right? Which we're going to get into. But the weird thing is, doesn't smell like Lysol, doesn't smell like Clorox, doesn't smell like anything like that. It's like water.
Yeah.
Which is why you can spray it on your face. You're like, well, wait a minute. If it disinfects the countertop, how can you put it on your face? Exactly. That's why it's so awesome. So we have a little video here of some folks who created a product kind of like Oxymist. It's a hypochlorous acid product is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So it's like Oxymist. So just listen to what they say about it. Now, this video was from 2020 when COVID was first coming out and people were like, how do we deal with this thing? And these people went, we know. And so they put this out. And we actually played this video on our show from 3 years ago. Wow. I found it on my hard drive. I didn't think I still had it. So here it is. Hopefully it plays for you. So let's just give it a shot here. So just listen to what they say here about hypochlorous acid.
The main disinfectant used by Megagen Implant Company is hypochlorous acid, or HOCL. To find out more, let's talk to Lauren Huang, the director of Megagen International Network for Education and Clinical Research.
There are so many different sanitizing agents on the market. So why are we using hypochlorous acid? Hypochlorous acid sounds rather scary, but HOCl is actually a natural compound formed by the human immune system to destroy invading pathogens. This means that HOCl is nature's first responder in fighting infection. First discovered around 1870, it was widely used during World War I to disinfect wounds and sanitize field hospitals, and even used in British hospitals until the 1950s. But the main problem was inconsistent formulas, as the ingredients were just stirred together, and the mixtures were unstable, so they lost their disinfection power. However, in the 1970s, it was found that HOCl could be produced using electrolysis. So electrolyzed HOCl is actually a very weak acid, and it's also known as neutral electrolyzed water. Its neutral pH means it is totally safe for human exposure, and in contrast to other sanitizers, HOCl can be safely used for fogging and misting. The FDA has already approved the use of HOCl for eye and dental infections, and as a no-rinse sanitizer for fruit and vegetables. Plus, it has been shown to be safe for most surfaces, including plastics, fabrics, and stainless steel. With over 200 studies on the sanitizing power and effects of HOCl, it has been shown to eliminate 99.99% of all viruses, bacteria, spores, and fungi within a very short contact time of just seconds. In fact, the sanitizing power of HOCl is 80 times more powerful than that of bleach or chlorine. HOCl has also been shown to kill coronaviruses, including MERS and SARS. So even though there have been no direct studies, it's reasonable to assume that HOCl will also be effective against the new coronavirus. If you'd like to read more, please check our website, which includes many interesting HOCl research links. So just to recap, why are we using HOCl? Well, 1, it acts quickly and kills 99.99% of pathogens. That includes viruses, bacteria, and fungi. 2, it's absolutely safe and non-toxic for humans and the environment. And 3, it's inexpensive and flexible, meaning it can be used as a surface spray, mist, and fog.
Okay, well, there you have it. Did you catch that? 80 times more powerful than chlorine for sanitizing.
Yeah.
Than bleach, I mean. Wow.
That was pretty amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot about that video.
Yeah, and it's weird because you spray this stuff and you're like, wait, like, no, come on. It's like water. Like,
Yeah.
if I open this up right now and I smell it,
Let me smell.
there's like faint, it's not,
I mean, it smells clean.
it's clean. It's not even as pronounced as, because it's hypochlorous acid, so there is some chlorine in it, but it's
Is this a new one? Should I spray it?
that's a new one. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to not want to, but I haven't used setting spray, so I thought maybe well, let's see.
Why don't you go spray it first? There you go. Okay, there you
There
go.
you go.
See?
Yep.
Works. Anyway, but it doesn't even smell like as strong as a swimming pool.
No.
So it's like not even that. So, I mean, that's how you know what this is like. So anyway, So hypochlorous acid, what is it? So it's in your own immune system, as you heard on the video, and it's actually generated in activated neutrophils. I had somebody today who asked about neutrophils. We were looking at their blood test, and there's white blood cell count, and there's neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, basophils. And so those are the different types of white blood cells that make up your WBC count. Neutrophils are one of them, and when they're elevated, well, that means they're fighting something, and they're fighting off bacteria. And guess what? Hypochlorous acid is in your immune system, in the neutrophils. So that's why it's so natural for you. That's why the body kind of goes, meh, when it has it, like, no big deal. I can handle this stuff, right?
Right.
So what has it been used for? So you can sanitize surfaces. And in fact, Dr. Lokensgaard, a friend of ours, like you read from his website or from his Facebook, no, it wasn't Facebook, Instagram page, that he, during COVID, actually, that's what they used in their dental office. A dental office, it needs to be like absolutely like no bacteria anywhere, right?
Right.
They used that during COVID, and they saw patients during COVID, no problem. And as far as I understand, even 3 years later, I don't think they even had any issues at all.
Right. And that's what they still use today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, whoever is who's working there now.
Whoever's there now, yeah. So anyway, now get this. So it's not even just like, it's not some super secret thing that everybody's like, oh, sneaking around using, hypochlorous acid. So COVID was in what, 2019, 2020, around there, and lasted far too flipping long. Anyway, but this was approved by the FDA in 2016. Check this out. In 2016, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, approved products whose main active ingredient is hypochlorous acid for use in treating wounds and various infections in humans and in pets. Wow. It is also FDA approved as a preservative for saline solutions. Wow, that's very cool stuff. So now, you mentioned that we had sprayed it, you could spray it on your face and that kind of thing, and you just did it. You sprayed it on your eyes and all. And obviously you're not going ow, 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 or anything like that, right? So it's like all very good. So our daughter had conjunctivitis, which is pink eye, in college. And she said, what do we do? What do I do? So we sent her Oxymist. Just spray it in your eyes.
Well, she had it. She already had it. That would have taken too long for us to send it to her. She already had it because we sent her to college with everything.
Oh, that's right. She already had it in her package, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, vitamin D and all these things, which gather dust. How students are. They're too busy to think to take their stuff. Anyway, so she had Oxymist. And it was a good year old.
Yep.
Something like that, whatever. So it wasn't a brand new bottle or anything. So it was at least a year old. And we told her to spray it in your eyes. Literally open your eyes and spray it in your eyes. Like, several times a day, and within 48 hours?
Yeah,
it was
really quick, and I was like, even a little bit skeptical because you're like, oh my goodness, and is she gonna have to go to the doctor or whatever? And about a day and a half later, we texted her, and she's like, yep, it's gone, and we're like, wow, and she woke up that day with the goop in her eye and couldn't even open the eye, and so within 48 hours, it was gone.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, and this is from a student. You know how kids are. They don't believe mom and dad, but hey, no, but she even said, no, that worked. It was good. So, hey, there you go. Even from a skeptic. Okay, so we sprayed it on surfaces, right? Like Dr. Lokensgaard did. So, guess what? Check this out. Again, some reassurance from the video. Hypochlorous acid has been tested to remove up to 99% of foul odors as well. Not just, clean the bacteria, including garbage, rotten meat. Like, that's something I haven't tried. Putting it in the garbage.
Yeah, we haven't tried it on rotten meat either.
No. We try not to have rotten meat in the house. Toilet, stool, and urine odors. So I guess, how you have that, what's that stuff they put on top of the toilet? Stink be gone, or poopery or something like that?
Yeah, we should try that.
Yeah, so you could spray it in the bathroom after you're done instead of Lysol or anything like this, Febreze or any of that garbage. Instead of spraying all that poison all over your house, just try and spray that. We're going to actually do that as an experiment. Maybe you should try it too.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. Okay, so facial spray. It can be used as a facial spray, as Jodi just demonstrated. Hypochlorous acid destroys, here's how it works, the membrane-bound complexes in bacterial cells. So that's how it works. It basically, gets rid of the membrane-bound bacteria complexes. And it has been shown to be effective against viruses and fungi, as well as various concentrations. Sorry. This helps to purify and cleanse the skin and is even used in wound care, which we also saw, right? Now, here's something else about inflammation. Hypochlorous acid has anti-inflammatory properties that make it useful for inflammatory skin symptoms associated with, like you said, eczema or acne.
Right.
Acne, hey, pay attention, teens or parents of teens. It could be used for acne. How about that? Because it reduces the binding of inflammatory cytokines and inhibits pro-inflammatory mediators.
Inhibits.
Whatever that means. So
Well, you said inhabits.
Inhibits. It inhabits.
You don't want it to inhabit.
It inhabits my vocabulary. Yes. Okay, so here is something else now. Wound healing. Check this out. Hypochlorous acid is an FDA-registered Class 3 medical device. It is actually considered a medical device when used as a wound healing agent. Wound care solutions range from 100 to 200 parts per million. By reducing inflammation, the tissue repair process speeds up. It also reduces pain and itching, which can help aid in wound care. So there you go. That's why it worked for the conjunctivitis. It reduced the wound or reduced the itching, helped the pain, all that kind of stuff. That's why it worked so good. And I noticed when we were reading about the parts per million, you were lifting up the bottle to see what it is.
Yeah.
It's 100 parts per million.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
That fits right in there. I mean, let's look at that again. This wound care solutions range from 100 to 200 parts per million. Oxymist is 100 parts per million. So it fits right into that. How about that? Now, something that it being Oxymist. So Oxymist, let's just be clear, okay? Because you can license something for use as a certain purpose. So this is for a natural sterifacial mist, okay? So that's Oxymist. I'm not talking about Oxymist now. I'm talking about hypochlorous acid you can get from somewhere else, okay? So if you got hypochlorous acid from somewhere else, it's also useful for something else.
Or you can make your own.
Or you can make your own, by the way. But it won't last as long as what's in Oxymist. Oxymist is special because it stabilized for like 2 years, which our daughter obviously found out because it was sitting in her dorm room for how long? A year, if not more, and it still worked.
Yep.
So that's not going to happen if you make it yourself. Now, what I was going to say was, if you're not using Oxymist, and you're using another
generic brand
of
hypochlorous acid,
you can nebulize it. I used this when I had COVID. I had COVID a year and a half, almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I
actually 2 years, maybe it was 3.
No, it wasn't. It was 2. I got it late. So anyway, we nebulized it. So we literally now you can find some other recipes online where you can take what was the other thing people were nebulizing? It was iodine and
budesonide.
No, well that too. But it was
peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide. That's what it was. But you had to be really careful about the dilution and this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to mess that up.
Well, not only that, I did do the hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
One day, and I did the Oxymist every other day because I could not do the hydrogen peroxide anymore. It was so hard on the throat. And hypochlorous acid, not Oxymist, was very gentle on the throat. As well, it made me feel good, and it actually gave me a little bit of a brain buzz, like it was doing something good, like clearing the brain fog.
Interesting. Yeah, and I found it was very comfortable. It's like breathing water. I mean, you can take hypochlorous acid and pour it straight, no dilution, as long as it's 100 parts per million, straight into the nebulizer and just breathe it.
Yep.
That's the beautiful part of it. And it's just like breathing, it's like being in the shower, breathing vapor.
Well, and not only do you have to have COVID to do that, but if you just get any kind of viral situation going on, it doesn't have to be COVID. It can be anything going on in your immune system.
No.
Some people some people are doing it for long haul COVID. Some people are doing it just everyday colds, whatever.
Yeah, even if you feel something coming on. I mean, when you see all the stuff it does here in a minute, you're going to be like, wow. Next time I feel something even coming on, I'm going to nebulize this stuff.
Yeah.
So let me show you.
And our son actually, another young adult, when he got pretty sick, remember about 6 months ago?
Oh, yeah.
He did some nebulizing, and he was a believer. Right?
Yeah, he really was. It was the same thing with the cod liver oil when we told him about cod liver oil. He got, when it becomes his idea, okay, fine, I'll do it. He did it, and now he doesn't get dry eye. And now when he gets dry eye, he's like, oh, I'm not doing cod liver oil. He knows now that's the thing.
Yep.
Now, by the way, you know why that is? Because of its high value of vitamin A. The vitamin A in the cod liver oil is actually doing that with the eyes.
Interesting. Yep.
Now, interestingly enough, all of this comes out in the wash before it's like, no, don't use hypochlorous acid. You only shall use the approved things, No. Remember all that whole malarkey we went through? Well, guess what kind of study came out in 2022? I saw this and I thought, man, I got to tell Dr. Lokensgaard about this one. Check this out. The lesson learned. This is a published study, people. The lesson learned from the COVID-19 pandemic: can an active chemical be effective, safe, harmless for humans, and low cost at the same time? Evidence on aerosolized hypochlorous acid.
Yeah.
In other words, nebulized. Holy smoke. Now, I'm going to go to the next bit of it here. And I want to show you this. I need to expand it, though, because I didn't have it on the right size. So just 1 minute. Here we go. Check this out. The blue. Overall, this study showed that nebulized HOCl, hypochlorous acid, can prevent virus and bacteria growth without affecting lung and skin tissues, making this compound a perfect candidate to sanitize indoor environments. Okay, so they were talking about what you were talking about at the gym, Jodi, putting it in a fogger.
Right.
But read the yellow within the blue, folks. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Nebulized HOCl can prevent it's yellow, but it's yellow and blue make green.
But it's really
It was
green.
yellow before I put blue on top of it. Nebulized HOCl can prevent virus and bacteria growth without affecting lung and skin tissues. So you could fog it into your mouth. You see what I'm saying here?
Through your nasal passages.
Through your nasal passages. Yeah, there you go, right? Okay. Becomes pretty obvious. And I think that's what they're trying to do in that study too. Winky, winky, nod, nod. Hey, nebulize this.
Just like all the other studies coming out about ivermectin.
Ivermectin. The horse paste. So anyway, let's see. Where were we here? We were showing you stuff. There was that. Oh yeah, we wanted to show you this. Okay, so what does it do? So here's how this works. HOCl stimulates cellular repair and wound healing. It increases, and here's how it does it. It increases the production of cytokines, healing messenger proteins, that's what they are, and growth factors, stimulate cellular division, as well as chemically transforms taurine to taurine chloramine. I didn't know that. A powerful wound healing factor. So it's not just the stuff itself, it's what it does in the body, which makes sense because it's part of your immune system and it helps turn things on and off. So why not just have more of it, right? Makes sense. All right. So hypochlorous acid is also anti-inflammatory. How does it do that? Well, it inhibits pro-inflammatory messenger proteins as well as it neutralizes harmful microbial toxins before they can trigger inflammation. Isn't that cool? Wow. So that is some pretty neat information right there about hypochlorous acid. And I just wanted to make sure that you knew that we have a sale on it. Because if you missed the first part of this, you don't know that. See, we're selling hypochlorous acid from Dr. Tom Lokensgaard.
Yeah.
Oxymist. Now, Oxymist is a natural facial mist that is 100 parts per million hypochlorous acid. Do we recommend it for all the things we talk about? It's not licensed for that. If you want to find some other hypochlorous acid of 100 parts per million, knock yourself out. But if you want a facial mist, get Oxymist. It's 20% off now through November 10. Boy, I'm being pretty facetious tonight, aren't I? Use code OXY20, OXY20 in the cart where it says discount code or promotion code. and you will get 20% off OxyMist. And that is good only through November 10. We have a few extra bottles. We don't have that many. That's why we're going to November 10, and we're cutting her off.
Right.
And if somebody says, well, November 10, what time? Midnight Eastern.
Got it.
Now remember, speaking of time, that this weekend you have to move your clocks back. You get an extra hour of rest.
Maybe
So
the
there you
last
go.
time, right?
Maybe the last time. I've heard rumors of that. Yes. Now, Jodi was mentioning testing before. We also have another sale on right now. It's going on through November 5, through Sunday, and it's on our blood testing. Yes, a sale on our blood testing. You get $30 off. We're going to give you the code here in a minute. But if you want to see all three tests that we do right now, it's we have the 55 biomarker plus the 55 biomarker plus spike protein panel. If you had the vaccine or a couple of vaccines and you kind of went, oops, I didn't know what I was doing. I wonder what kind of damage it did. You can look there and get the results with the spike protein panel.
And we have some exciting news about some testing that have come back. But we're not going to talk about it today. Let's not talk about it today, because maybe next week we'll do like testimonials, because I'm done my peptides.
Okay.
And we have this awesome new product that is helping out a lot of people, and we just got more proof today. So let's do some testimonials next week. And maybe you have some testimonials. If you do, why don't you send them to us?
Yes, info@lairdwellness.com. Okay, so email them to me. I don't have a lower third here to show that, but I think you can remember that. It's pretty easy. info@lairdwellness.com. Now, regarding this testing, so we have the 55 biomarkers. Mm-hmm. We also have our thyroid test, our full thyroid panel, and our hormone panel. All three of those, any one you want, or combine them. As many tests as you want.
They're all on sale.
They're all on sale.
Oh, nice.
$30 each off. And so you go to lairdwellness.com/testing. And the only thing, that's great because you're not going to see any confusion. It just shows those blood tests. That's it. lairdwellness.com/testing. And then when you go to buy it, use this code, FALL30. FALL30. Upper lowercase doesn't matter. Same thing with the OxyMist thing, doesn't matter. FALL30.
And if you're not sure which test would be for you or what you should do, you can make an appointment with you, right?
Yes, you can do that. And that's at, again, I'm sorry I don't have it up here, but lairdwellness.com/consult.
Yep.
lairdwellness.com/consult. And that is a free half hour where you can talk directly to me. And it's not like a sales pitch where, oh, great, I'm just going to listen to a half hour sales pitch. No, we try and figure out your issues in that half hour. We may be able to figure out things that you haven't figured out in 20 years with your doctor, just because you're hearing something from a different perspective, and who knows, it just might work. And it's happened before.
Right.
Or other times you might say, yeah, you know what, maybe it is a good idea to get a blood test, or maybe I need this or that or whatever. We'll figure it out in that half hour, and it ain't going to cost you nothing. lairdwellness.com/consult. Okay, and one more time, with that sale on the OxyMist, 20% off OxyMist, use Oxy20 when you go to the store. It ends November 10th. Okay, thank you for your time and attention, guys, and we will see you next time on Laird Wellness Live. See ya.
Bye. Take care.